now back inside the chapel here at the Nashville Rescue Mission. And joining Glenn and myself now is Cheryl Davis, who is the Senior Director of Development here. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's so nice to actually be here and be in the environment of the Nashville Rescue Mission, a place that I have supported and loved for many, many years. You're new here, but I love your story. You used to be a donor. And now you work here, so you know the needs both inside, from an inside and outside perspective. What are the biggest needs that you think here at the Nashville Rescue Mission?
Yeah, and I'm still a donor.
Yeah.
So I have been doing that for many years, and so many of us have in so many ways, because there are so many ways to get involved. Obviously, at this time of year, everyone thinks turkeys, and you can drop off that at our donation center 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. No one wants to eat just turkeys on Thanksgiving, so all of the things that go with that, we need that as well, so food in general. But obviously, we have so many programs, and it really is about going from hunger to hope. And there's a lot of stages in between, and a lot of wheels that make that happen. So financial donations really do drive that. And I think that we're so great and large and do such wonderful things because we do live in a community whose giving is epic. And Nashville always rises and supports the mission. And because of that, we're able to grow and move. And we've talked about how homelessness is on the rise, and that affects men and women and children, which people tend to not think about so much. So obviously those donations would empower us to be able to do that.
Absolutely. And if folks do want to donate, I know they can go on your website. There's also mailers that I always look forward to. I get one every year, and we send our mailer back in. But they can also go to the website and donate.
Absolutely. You can go to the website, you can mail it in, call me, I'll come get it. Whatever you need us to do, we're going to do that.
Well, what about volunteers? Because I know every year at the annual Thanksgiving banquet, I'm one of the volunteers, but there's so many more people. I was just amazed at how many people that we served the one time I did it during the day of the week of Thanksgiving. But you need volunteers all year long, not just at the Thanksgiving banquet, don't you?
We do. I mean, think about what happens on that day, and it is a precious day because we spend it so, it's so touching that people want to come here and share that with their families and make a difference in their children's life by showing them how they can give. So I wouldn't change that for anything. But if you stop and think about it, everything that happens on that day and the people who are being served that day, that happens on every single other day of the year also. Yeah. So how about when you turn 35 and you have every electronic gadget that you can imagine, why don't you have a birthday party where you collect things for the mission, or you pull your friends together and say, for my party, we're going to have a staycation and go volunteer at the mission. There's just a lot of ways. There are children today going to be taking a donation from a little girl who said, I want to hold a carnival in my front yard and give it to people who need. So she's going to be presenting that check at the Women's Center later today. So those moments in life that are seminal, that are important, those are great opportunities to be able to volunteer and give back as well, to celebrate what you have and being able to share that with others.
Great teaching moment for the children to actually come down and just sort of see how blessed they are.
And for us too.
Yes, absolutely. And in order to be able to give back. You know, Glenn, it's one of those things that the banquet every year, you know, people get so excited about it, and it is a great opportunity. But this is something that goes on 365 days a year. So you need the donations, you need the volunteers all year long.
That's right, all year long. And everyone thinks about it during the Thanksgiving, Christmas season, and we're so grateful for that. But in March and April and May, the need is not gone away. And so really Nashville really rallies to the occasion and helps us all year long. And as I said before, it's an amazing place, and we're really grateful for the help of Nashville community.
So, of course, as you're getting ready for the big annual Thanksgiving banquet, and so many folks look forward to and are excited about, what are the things that you want people to take away? Because I think when we come down to the mission and we see the great work that you're doing here, when you go back home, you don't want them to forget.
That's right. You know, and it's impossible really to show in a show, in a tour, all the tremendous things that happen here. And we show the meals, and we serve 2,000 meals a day, and that's the beginning part, but it is just the beginning. There's a life recovery program, which we have many men and women on a life recovery program going to counseling and case management and classes dealing everything from their own personal life to anger management to financial management, and even many of them, as you've noticed, getting their GED here so they can move from being dependent on a situation like the shelter and move to being responsible and independent, productive lives. That is our goal with the Nashville Rescue Mission. And of course, the community sees where that begins. It begins with the meal. It begins with the warm shower. It begins with the warm, safe, secure bed at night. But our goal and our intent then is just beginning with them, to move them into productive living.
Yeah.
And so we're really grateful for that. We have a wonderful hall that we call the Hall of Fame upstairs of all the men that have gone through the program over the last year. And it's just picture after picture after picture of guys that have gone through a 12-month life recovery program and are now living independently, having a job, and doing very well. That is our goal each and every day with everyone that comes across the threshold of our door. We want them to know there is hope.
Yeah.
There is hope for you, and you can make a difference in your life.
Absolutely. And the beauty of it is, as well, Glenn, is there's counselors here. And a lot of these people come in broken, they come in hurting and a little bit angry sometimes, but you're able to put them in the right hands to help them move forward and look forward to a brighter future.
That's right. We have counselors and have had those for years on the life recovery program, but now we have counselors and case management for everyone that just walks through the door in a moment. Maybe they're not going to be able to sign up for a 12-month recovery program, but they have needs today. And so we have counselors and case managers that are designed and educated and trained to meet them where they are and to take them and to help them with the different needs that they have. It's very, very important.
It really is. I got a chance earlier to actually tour the facility a little bit. I was just amazed. This building is large. You've got transitional living. You've got a really nice rec area where the folks can go and play checkers and or you know, all kinds of activities that they can enjoy. And people can come in if they just need a good hot shower.
That's right, a hot shower, a warm meal, and a safe place to sleep at night. And we welcome them to come in, and we're going to engage with them when they do, find out what brings them here and how can we help you long term. And for those that are here that say, you know, my life is really in disarray and I really need long-term help, they can stay with us and become on our 12-month recovery program, counseling, case management, financial management, anger management, all the different classes that are designed to move them from totally dependent upon a shelter into independent living.
Absolutely. I know that's your ultimate goal. We want to encourage everyone that is watching this show today. It's been so inspiring, and I hope you've learned a lot. They really need you to just fill out that envelope, send in money to help with the great Thanksgiving banquet. It's something that will just really, really touch your heart. I love it every year. I love what you do here. Thank you so much for allowing us to come out today, Cheryl and Glenn, and just sort of see what we've been talking about for so long here on the Plus Side of Nashville. I want to also thank my earlier guest, Jean Lazenby, who is really helping with the women in the children's shelter, and all of you here at the Nashville Rescue Mission and all the great work that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Tuwanda Coleman, and I'll see you next time on the Plus Side of Nashville.